Mm. Did you like my Robert De Niro impression? It's okay. It's terrible. But I want to talk to you about how I just realized like I kind of really don't have a personality when I speak. Like I have no personality behind anything that I'm saying, or it's like nothing, just dead, flat in the water, nothing. I was watching some of my old videos that I've posted on here and I realized like, damn, do I sound like I just don't care about anything? I sound absolutely dead inside. Like there's no spirit behind anything that I'm saying. And I realized that, oh, there probably isn't. Like even this video, when I watch it again, there's probably not going to be a spirit behind anything that I'm saying. It's not going to sound at all in the least bit truthful, in the least bit acknowledgeable of myself and like the personality that I have. And I realized that that's probably why nobody watches these videos. It's probably why. And that's fine. That's fine. I'm not tripping. I'm not tripping at all. But I realized that, yeah. Oh shit. My fault, yo. My fault, G. But I realized that my personality is just not there. Like I don't care in the slightest of when I say anything. Like I just don't. And I don't understand why, because I want to be more energetic in my videos, but I just can't seem to find that energetic tone or anything like that. Unless like I'm talking to someone else. Yeah, I can get more enthusiastic about some shit. Like I'm very enthusiastic about a lot of things. Hell, like this past season of My Hero, I've been watching this shit for about 10 years, since like 2015 when it first came out. I've been watching it for about 10 years and it just ended last week and it broke my heart, right? But right now, you're probably like, man, no, you really didn't care about that anime. But I did. I cried. But no one will believe that I did. No one will care. Because I don't care, right? And in my voice just seems like I don't give a fuck. Like, it's like a take it or leave it sort of thing. Like I just, is what it is, dude. I don't care. But that's not the case. Anyway, I'm tired of ranting about myself. What I want to talk about is like stay-at-home mothers and fathers and people in general. I'm one of them. And I have I want to say I respect you. I respect everyone who is a stay-at-home parent or sitter or anything. I just want you to know that I respect you. I have a newfound respect because I've always respected. My wife was a stay-at-home parent. I'm a stay-at-home parent now. For the past 4 months, I've been a stay-at-home parent, and it is 9 out of 10 jobs that I would not recommend. I would not recommend anyone do this as a job. As a parent, it's your responsibility to take care of your kids. You decide things for them, and so that is why you are a stay-at-home parent. You don't want them to go to daycare. You want to deal with this by yourself, and not by yourself, but you want to deal with things, because they're your kids, And so, for our reasons, we just didn't really trust daycare systems. Like damn near all the time on the news, you're hearing something about some daycare system doing whatever to some kids or, mistreating them and whatnot. And I'm not mine. So to eliminate me having to go to jail and my wife having to go to jail, we decided to just be stay at home, have a stay at home parent. Either it was going to be me or her, depending on whoever was making more. And in my job, I was making a decent amount. And for the longest time, it was just me working and it was just only me. And so my son would stay at home. She would take care of them. My daughters, she'd take care of all of them. And we'd be all right. We'd be straight. This year, she has a job that makes more than me. So I was like, sit gladly. I will take a back seat and I'll stay at home because this job can't be that hard. And it's not the fact that it's hard. It's the fact that it's tedious. And it's not your job. Again, it's a responsibility that you set for yourself. It's not a job. It's just tedium, straight up tedium. I have to clean the kitchen like 4 to 5 times out of the day to make sure it stays clean, to keep it clean. But me doing that puts more work and also depletes a lot more resources. So like For me, I'm using more water to keep the kitchen clean. I'm using more soap to keep the kitchen clean instead of just washing it like twice out of the day. But I do it like damn near all the time I cook or cook as I go along and whatnot. And so for me, I try to make myself a little bit more optimized for dealing with my kids and how to get them throughout the day. So I have a schedule that they stay on and keep based off my son's K-12 school schedule. So based off his schedule in school is based off of what we do throughout the day. And I'm able to keep my head on level and sane shoulders with that. And that keeps me from losing my mind on who's going to do what. So our 4-year-old, which is my daughter, Yuri, she also does school right along with him. So she goes into school knowing something, knowing how to do something instead of just being this blank slate, which is exactly what you're supposed to do as a parent, right? As a parent, you're supposed to get your child prepared for the world out there, right? You're supposed to get them prepared. And so that's what I've been doing with both of my kids. My son's in school right now because he just turned 6 and he turns 7 next year. And my daughter turns 5 this year. So she'll be starting school. In Texas, you have to wait until you turn 5 to start, pre-K and kindergarten and whatnot. So with that being the case, my daughter's in school just right along with him, just learning how to do the basics, learning how to sound out words, count her numbers. She can do a lot of stuff. She's very smart. All of my kids are very smart, in their own right. And then even though they don't act like it sometimes, even though they act like a complete box of rocks, you got to have pride for your pride and joy, like your loves, like, right? You just got to have pride for that. I love them to death. But there are some things I can leave behind. There's some things I can just leave right there in the dust. But it's okay. It's part of their personality, and I love it. We're going to keep moving on with this conversation before I start getting too deep. But it just never occurred to me how much tedium this is. It's a tedious task. It's not a bad task. It's something like taking care of the kids is just an easy thing to do because I know how to do it with utmost efficiency without stressing myself out, without having to yell at my kids, without having to raise my voice. I know how to do this. I've done it. I know how to do it. So putting it into action, actually doing it for 2 months straight, it was fine. It was great. 3 months in, after the 4th month, everything just fell apart. Like it just fell apart. The amount of times I had to wash the kitchen or clean the kitchen, washing clothes throughout the day, just, oh my God. There's so much shit. Speaking of shit, there's shit everywhere. Piss everywhere. Why is there shit and piss when we all know how to use the bathroom? And you would think, oh, it's just my boy, but no, he's the cleanest one out of here. We tell him to clean up, he cleans up his stuff. He's cool. It's my daughter, my oldest daughter. Goddamn troll. And she lives her life by the troll. She trolls us. She just does random stuff that she knows she's not supposed to do, that she'll get in trouble for. And it's this back and forth. Like, I can do this if I want. Like, no, you can't. Like, why? Are you just trying to Kobe? Rest in peace, Kobe. You're trying to Kobe the crap into the toilets. What are you doing? Why is it on the walls? Why is it on the floor? Why is it everywhere but in the toilet? Why? Why? Why is there piss where it shouldn't be? Is it that hard to sit on the toilet, take a poop, piss, and then get the fuck out? Like, what is wrong with these kids? And they're always hungry. They're always hungry. And it's not like, because they don't have depression and shit like that, like I do. So they don't skip meals. They always want to eat, which is great. But they are always hungry. I gotta keep feeding them. I gotta keep washing their clothes because they're always getting dirty. Like, why? Why? Like, oh my God. Oh my God. Having kids is we're blessed to have kids. I told my wife of this before, like, it's a blessing to have these kids, but I'll be ready to crash out sometimes. And there has been one time where I just legitimately crashed out, where I just lost my mind and I was just irate. But I brought it back. These are kids, bro. They're going to do this type of shit. They're going to do this type of shit. They're going to just do shit that makes no sense. But think about this. You're a stay-at-home parent. Hold on. You're a stay-at-home parent. Think about this. It's an everyday thing, isn't it? I have to break the fourth wall for a second, but it's an everyday thing that you have to deal with this shit, right? You have to deal with the never-ending cycle of doing shit that you're not supposed to be doing. Once they get the age to know, hey, I'm not supposed to do this. Are we supposed to jump off our beds onto solid floor? No. Are we supposed to run in the house? No. But guess what? Something happens to where I'm having to clean up blood off of somebody or off the walls because someone decides to run through the house and gash themselves on a corner or literally fall and crack their head. Why? There's a reason why we told you not to do these things. And kids don't care. Because guess what? Seconds later, they're going right back to doing this thing that you just told them not to do. Why? No matter how many times you tell them not to touch the stove, guess what? They're going to touch it again. And my kids, oh, we're soldiers. We're going to keep touching this stove until it's not hot. Or until something kills. Like, bro, what? What? Like, I would tell my kids to clean up after themselves, and most of the time they do. But like, there are times where they want to try it. They want to like test the waters to see what I would do. Because most of the times I don't do shit. Like, I be chilling. It's a threat. There's a looming threat of instability here. A looming threat of instability that's in my mind that will definitely lash out. They know that that looming threat of instability will come out at one point. And they're always on edge for that because, like, it's not like I made it that way, but it's just the way that I am. Like, that's cool, but like, probably we shouldn't push it to the point where he gets mad anymore. Like, we probably should stop when he says stop. Like, it's that's what they're doing. That's what they deal with. And then it's not like I want them to be like that. It's not that like I want them to deal with this sort of situation because it's not their fault that I have a looming threat of instability. But it's there. It's there. And it's not because of them. It's just the life that I live. It's the life that I lived. I pride myself on that because I could just tell them like, hey, yeah, don't do that. And then they were like, all right, cool. But seconds later, like, hey, don't do that. You know, it's just this back and forth tedium that goes on. So throughout the day, it's just exhausting. By the end of the night, it's exhausting. So shout out to single parents that put up enough time and enough patience for your significant other to be themselves. Shout out to you. You are the real ones. Sorry. You're the real ones. And I respect it. I respect y'all so much. Because if it weren't for y'all, household would just fall apart. There have been times where I just want to say, I'm not doing shit today. But I can't. I got 3 kids that I got to feed. I got 3 kids that I have to feed, bathe, and clothe daily. Daily. But it's all right. We ball. I said, fuck it, we ball. 3 times. I said, fuck it, we ball 3 times. And now we're here. Having the time of our fucking lives. With all the stressfulness of it all, though, it's not all bad. It's not. It's actually pretty all right. It's pretty chill. And to me, I think it's fun because they want to be around me. They want to be doing what I'm doing. My daughter wants to cook. My son doesn't want to do anything he has to learn except video games. My other daughter just wants to be around me doing whatever it is that I'm doing. So it's cool. Everything's fine. Everything's been pretty chill. But it's just when it's not is when it just kind of boils over and it keeps happening. Like, yo, let me just give you this example. My son was literally launching himself off the couch. There's a giant window in our living room that he keeps jumping towards. We are on the 3rd floor. Buddy, do not do that. Don't do that. It's a giant window right there that you will go out of one faithful day that you fuck up. Please don't jump off the couch. What does he do? He keeps jumping off the couch. So what I've been doing is sending him to his room. Every time he does it, go to your room. And he'll put stuff over here to make him a launch pad or just a drop pad for when he falls and comes crashing down. Because we are on the 3rd floor in an apartment. And that amount of noise tends to travel down to the 1st floor. Dude is like 50 pounds of pure kid launching himself to a hollow floor. Dude, stop. No, I'm going to keep doing it. And okay, I'll stop for a couple seconds. But guess what? As soon as you turn your back, I'm going to do it again. That's the problem. My daughter is the same way because they learned from him. And then my other daughter is the same way. Stay out of the kitchen so you don't get hurt. Little baby, yay big wee thing, keeps going into the kitchen to get cans filled with food. The one thing I'm scared of is her dropping him on her foot. That's a linoleum floor. You drop that shit on his foot, it's unforgiving. She's already done it twice. The 3rd time is the charm. It's going to break something. And she's always going for the heaviest objects, pans, pots. And she's broken the child safety things just to get into them. And I'm just like, why am I blessed with such devious children? But it's okay. It's okay. It's a learning process. But like, it's stuff like that kind of just makes it a lot harder. It's stuff like that makes it a lot harder to get through the day because they just want to consistently do what it is that they're doing. And they don't have to do it. It's completely optional that you're doing this. Hell, getting in trouble is completely optional. You don't have to get in trouble, but here we are. Anyway, as a stay-at-home parent, I salute all the other stay-at-home parents. Good job. And I'm pretty sure there's something that's pretty accurate to your situation here that you're dealing with. I vibe with you. And then on top of that, I'm a video gamer. I'm used to tedium. I played Elden Ring with nothing. I choose the class that had nothing. Every time I play Elden Ring or Dark Souls, I'm always choosing the class that has nothing on them. Naked, barren. But this is a different thing. This is a different ball game altogether. 10 out of 10 wouldn't recommend being a stay-at-home parent, but like being a stay-at-home parent, I kind of like it because I get to be around my kids for a time that I wasn't, So I don't complain about being a stay-at-home parent. I like it because there was a time where I was gone all the time to a point where it made my wife feel like she was a single parent because I wasn't at home, because I was on the road working and doing stuff and going from city to city, working from place to place for a couple years. Like right when my son was born, that's when I started traveling for work to make more money. And I realized like I missed out on a lot. And so I'm happy that I'm here. I'm happy. But what I'm not happy about is these badass fucking kids. Anyway, you guys have a nice day. And I'll talk to y'all later. Bye.